right, welcome Bethel Youth. We're excited that you're joining us. I am with my good friend and youth leader, Yutana Brooks. Everybody give a hand to Yutana. No, don't wave yet. I guess you can wave. Yeah, hi. We are in quarantine land. I'm at her house. I'm at my house. You're at your house.
I'm
Am
at
I
my
at your
office.
house? Have you checked the closet?
I have not checked the
I'm
closet.
behind the blanket, over your shoulder. Just kidding. I'm not. I'm at my house. So the people have been just demanding that we just talk about you and we get to know you on the deepest level possible. And how we're going to do this is by asking really deep questions like this. What have you been doing during the quarantine?
During the quarantine. So I have been going through my entire life. I went through all of my clothes and gave away a bunch of my clothes. I went through all of my books thinking I was going to give away books, and I did not. I just reorganized them. So I've been just going through all of my life, my entire life.
Okay.
So,
okay. Yeah. That's pretty productive.
Yeah, I think so.
Another important question. How would you spend your Saturdays at Hogwarts? You're a huge Harry Potter fan, and so the people and I would love to know how you would spend a Saturday at Hogwarts.
Oh my gosh, that's a really good question. Holy cow. Well, of course, you would start out in the dining hall to have a huge breakfast because, oh my goodness, the food looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, head down to the little town that's there and go to all of the different shops because you have to get souvenirs and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then probably end with going through the Forbidden Forest looking for something spooky.
Like Bird Horse.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like the Bird Horse. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think the internet knows this, but I have inside information. So Bird Horse and Harry Potter and Water Horse in Frozen 2 are actually related.
What? Cousins. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Another kind of should we go serious question or more serious?
Sure.
Okay. First question, why did you become a youth leader and what makes you stick around?
Okay, so I became a youth leader because some of the most influential people in my life growing up were youth leaders. My grandparents, when I was really young, would welcome groups of kids into their home and talk to them and grow with them and just show them so much love. And when I was old enough to go to youth group myself, I just saw this group of people older than me a little bit or a lot a bit older than me, and they just loved Jesus so much and loved kids so much that they wanted to take time out of their week to hang out with me and my friends and just love on us and talk about Jesus with us. And I just thought that was so cool. So that's why I became a youth leader. But what makes me stick around?
Yeah.
I think that this generation, the group of 6th to 12th graders that we have right now are going to be the best generation that we will ever see. They are so passionate and they want to know everything and they want to help every cause and help everyone that they can. I honestly think that they're going to change the world, and I want to help them change the world through God. And I just also love them a lot, even when they're really loud after lights out and I just want to go to sleep.
Right? Believe that. Dude, that's awesome. And I'm pretty sure every student will agree that they love having you around. You're a life of the party, and
oh gosh,
awesome. We love having you on our team. Back to a silly question. We know you love Harry Potter, but you also are a Disney fanatic. And
I am.
Yeah. You're going to are you still going to Disneyland, or are you going to Disneyland soon?
October, so we still have some time.
Yeah.
Back up.
Hopefully we're not in quarantine until October.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that would be insane. So if you could visit a Disney park other than Disneyland in California, which would you choose and why?
Oh my gosh. There's so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Honestly, I love Disney Paris and Disney Japan. I love those. They look so cool, and they have some really cool things that are just their own.
Yeah.
But Disney World has like Epcot and so many, Animal Kingdom itself and all of these different things. Like you
Yeah.
can spend like an entire month there and probably not see it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go Disney World, just Disney World in general.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Obvious. I mean, this is probably obvious, but you have Disney Plus, correct?
I do.
Okay. Have you watched the like Imagineers? Like, yeah, that's pretty
Yes.
nuts of like how all of Disneyland, Disney World, how that came about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so cool, like the creativity that goes into just like one of the animatronics
Oh
is
my gosh.
it goes through so many people just to get it to like wave a hand. It's crazy.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, and that was done in like the 70s or whatever
Right.
it was. So
Yeah.
it's pretty nuts. Yeah. Okay, next question. You've been given an elephant, okay?
Okay.
You can't give it away and you can't sell it. What would you do with it? The real life questions, right?
I'd probably like just ride it around town. I live in a
Yeah.
small town, so I live in Alaska, for those who
Yeah.
don't know.
Thriving
And
metropolis. Owner of
Brooks Baked Goods, also
one.
in
So,
Alaska.
so once we can get back in business, y'all need to go to Brooks Baked Goods and eat a cookies and cream Oreo cookie donut in memory of me. Send me a picture, tag me on Instagram. Do it.
Totally do it. I have a great picture of him eating that donut. So
Yeah, so good.
yeah.
Good. Maybe we can throw that picture up right here. Yeah. Okay, so serious question. We just got a couple more questions. Tell us just about how you became a Christian and what have been, some of the biggest defining moments like in your life with Jesus. You don't have to give us like the whole backstory or anything, but just kind of briefly, like how did you become a Christian? Biggest defining moments in following Jesus.
Okay. Well, I was actually born into a Christian household. My papa is a pastor in a church in Salcombe where I go most Sundays. And but I remember accepting Jesus at a Power Team show.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody has seen the Power Team. It's a bunch of like super strong people who
so think of
broke
me.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Taylor, and they broke things and they lifted things, but then they also talked about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember this, that they said, we might be strong, but you know who's stronger than us?
Oh, tell us, Yutana.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
and that really stuck in my like 7-year-old brain that I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, Jesus. Totally. I want to accept him into my heart.
Yeah.
100%. So so that's how I accepted him into my heart. But so probably like my biggest defining Jesus moments in my life, one of them was when I was really young, and I was about 5, and my biological father left, and it was just me and my mom living with my grandparents. And honestly, it was really great. I had a great time living with my grandparents and stuff, but there was just something like missing,
Mm-hmm.
And so I started praying for a dad, and I was probably about 6 or 7, and God answered my prayers and gave my mom an amazing husband and gave me a wonderful dad. And yeah, that was one of the biggest defining moments. Like, God listens to us. God answers our prayers. This is awesome. But like another moment was when I was about 19 or 20. I actually went to meet my half-sisters in Wyoming, and I had never met them because they were my biological father's daughters, and I didn't see my biological dad since I was 5. So I went there, and they all walked in, and I was so scared to see him because of everything that had happened between him and my mom. So I was like shaking, like I couldn't stop my body from shaking. I was so terrified. And I was praying so hard. to God saying, please give me the strength and the wisdom to get through this and do what I need to do. So my body stopped shaking, and I built up all of my strength inside of me, and I said, hello. And that's about it. But but out of facing like my biggest fear with Jesus by my side, I got through it. And I was able to create a relationship with my sisters, and now I see them when I can, and I try to keep in touch as much as possible. So
that's super cool. That's awesome. And here's kind of just our last question. If there was one thing that you could tell every teenager, what would it be? And then also, like, what would you tell your teenage self now that you're, obviously a few years out of your teenage years? What would you tell every teenager? What would you tell your teenage self?
For every teenager, you are here for a reason. And I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it, and it feels more like no one understands you or likes you, or like you aren't worth it, but you are so worth it. And someone out there loves you, and God is so in love with you. And you are here for a reason. Yeah, for sure. And
it's good.
I'd probably tell my teenage self, the things that are happening now are not your forever. They are teaching you things, and you are learning from them, but they do not define you, and they will not define you. And it only gets better from here. So yeah.
Dude, that's so good. That's so good. Thank you for your words of wisdom. Thank you so much for being on our team. And I hope that people are entertained by this, but also just blessed by your encouraging words. And we love you so much. And thank you.
I love you guys too. And I love all of the kids so much, even the ones that get on my nerves just a little bit.
Yeah. Hearts being sent to them. Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Yutana.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. See ya.